sometimes in research, you just have to blow things up.
It was awesome. It was so, you could feel it in your gut. I mean, it was so powerful. Your stomach felt that. And it was so bright. I was so shocked by it.
Researchers at the West Point Military Academy are studying historic gunpowder formulas from the medieval era. Medieval gunpowder had 3 main ingredients: charcoal, sulfur, and potassium nitrate, also known as saltpeter. Medieval gunners also customized their recipes and sometimes added unexpected ingredients like vinegar and brandy. But did these adjustments actually make the gunpowder better?
From a historical perspective, our number one question was, did these guys know what they were talking about? Right? Because a lot of historians had just sort of dismissed some of the variations or presumed that they were sort of gradually working their way towards the right answer. We wanted to see if that was borne out by testing.
The team started by mixing up gunpowder samples using recipes and techniques from historic records. They used laboratory tools to measure how hot and fast the gunpowder burned.
At first, we were thinking maybe we would just be able to team up with the chemistry department and do some lab tests to kind of get at that, but we became more ambitious when we got a grant that enabled us to have a replica 15th century cannon made.
Basically, they made one of these, and they got some cannonballs too.
And so we rent out an Army van called TMP, and we loaded up full of cadets and all of our equipment and head to one of the ranges. Like I said, West Point being a great place for this because the ranges at West Point are 5 to 10 minutes down the road.
Safety key is in. Fire!
First 2 times we fired it, we'd set it up and we'd pack the sandbags on there, and we said, for sure, it's going to stay here this time. And inevitably, it will move back 5-6 feet and tear everything up.
The researchers measured the cannonball's speed to compare the effectiveness of different recipes. Faster cannonballs travel farther and hit their targets harder.
We were sort of working with a hypothesis that if the gunners knew what they were doing, then the recipe that would work best in this gun was the recipes that were closest in time to the gun. And on our most recent testing, that is pretty much exactly what we have found.
It's noticeable enough that when it fired, you could hear it, feel it go faster, and then Cliff would come over like, hey, that's one of the ones that were made for that cannon. You're like, oh, wow, that's why I can literally feel the difference on the range.
And it turns out that brandy might be a medieval gunner's secret weapon, perhaps because of the extra hydrocarbons it contributes for combustion.
I kind of went in with a skeptical mind. We're out there on the range and we shoot these, you can feel the difference before you ever measure the velocities off of the high-speed camera. So far, that's been the most interesting thing to me, that those additives were actually put in there for a reason, and they do have at least a noticeable effect on the performance of the gunpowder. So I'm less skeptical about old gunpowder recipes now.
The research is being presented at ACS Spring 2024, a meeting of the American Chemical Society.